that confidence that some people have, even when you look like shit and you have that confidence, people will see you. People will recognize you as soon as you walk into that door. I'm gonna look pretty different after this video. Right now, I am going to get my lashes done, and then I'm gonna go get my nails done. I've been doing self-care stuff for, I would say, almost a decade. Got me to think, like, why are we doing this? Beauty is the eye of the beholder, whatever. But honestly, I really think it's just where you live. Because if you live in North America, the standard of beauty is completely different than if you were in like South Korea or something. And I can't help but want to look pretty and to conform and to do all these things in order for me to feel accepted in society. I don't know what it is, but if I don't feel good leaving my house, my whole day goes to shits, or I just feel so insecure about myself. It's a real pressure, like a societal pressure. And you go to places like Asia and everyone looks so good, and you're just like, how are these people so perfect? How are these people looking like this every single day? Girls are walking in heels as if it's like walking on air, and here I am trying to not trip over my running shoes. At a point in my life, I wanted to just give up on my looks. Not fully, but I wanted to just stop caring about what other people have to say about my looks, which I thought would be a healthier ideal, but kind of worked for the opposite for me, at least in my case, because for some reason, me trying not to care made me care more. So I was being more like overcompensating for the fact that I wasn't trying. It turned out more like a people-pleasing tendency rather than me just showing up and being confident without me having to say anything. Being in my 30s truly helped me be more comfortable in my skin, but I can't say that I'm still 100% satisfied. This unattainable image I have of myself that I feel like I have to meet is the battle that I face right now at this point. Filler, Botox, like you name it, I've tried it. I loved it, but does it help how I feel on the inside? No, because it has nothing to do with the inside. If I'm looking for validation on the outside, it's not like I'm learning anything or I'm unhealing anything of myself. It's just trying to mask how I feel. That's just not authentic. I want to work on myself and feel more comfortable in my skin, and I want my looks to complement the way that I feel on the inside. And the way that I've been working on myself is reading certain books that will help you understand why you are the way you are. Things like astrology or that nature of helping about your personality. I love doing personality tests, and I feel like those are really good just to give you a different perspective of yourself and maybe fill in some puzzles as to the way that you are at times. Because before, I was a very agitated person, and I still am. People call me sassy all the time, but I've definitely toned it down a lot because I realize that the way that I'm feeling might come off a certain way and it could be projected negatively. I don't want people to perceive me that way because for me, maybe it comes from a place where I was hurt in the past or a place that I am not aware of in order for me to communicate properly. That doesn't make you look pretty. You know, these little personality traits, you definitely have to work on them, and it's something that we all have. We're not perfect, but as long as we're aware of it, it helps a lot to realize the things that we do need to work on. Just got my lashes done. I usually get these like wet lash set where it's a little bit wispy, you can kind of tell. It typically lasts around 5 weeks, which I think is pretty good. Now we're off to my nail appointment. I love my lash girl, honestly. Like, we just talk and get along. And you would think like you don't have that much to talk about when you're sitting with someone for that long and see them so frequently. But some people are just really good storytellers. Yeah, already getting my lashes done, I feel more like myself, which is, I think, what essentially what we're all trying to strive towards is what feels like the most ourselves. I definitely need my nails done. They're super grown out. They were breaking in the past, so I had to get them shorter, but now I want to get like a fall set. Part of being pretty is confidence, because being pretty is not just about looking good on the outside, it's always about the inside. And that confidence that some people have you look like shit and you have that confidence, people will see you. People will recognize you as soon as you walk into that door. But to have that added layer of you looking good, that makes you a threat. And that makes you unstoppable. That makes you somewhat more of a powerful person in that room. Because now, not only are you aligned with who you are, you know exactly who you are, and you know how to present yourself the way that you are as an essence. To have the combination of the two is such a flex, and I see a lot of women, they're able to look good on the outside, but as soon as you meet them, you kind of think, okay, they are very conventionally pretty, but there's something about them that's missing, and it's like that charisma, that it factor where you're like, I want to get to know them more. Who are they? There's this sense of curiosity that you have with someone who is confidently pretty. We are finally done. And since we're on the topic of self-care, these are some of the things that I do that I find boost confidence in myself. First and foremost is just keeping your space clean. I didn't used to do this before, but I actually find that when I do clean my area, make your bed, clean your makeup area, wipe your vanity, all those things, it does contribute to a clearer mental health. It's such a small thing. It actually helps you feel a little more at peace, because if you're in a chaotic state and your room is chaotic, or the space that you're working at is chaotic, then that translates into your mental health. I'm the type that would be an organized mess, but I figured it out, and cleaning really does help. And it does help kind of make you feel better too. As you clean, you just see it as therapy. There are little things that people do that make them a lot more attractive, and it's things like wearing jewelry, wearing certain types of perfumes, or something that will make them stand out or be a little more memorable. For example, I love it when women wear more masculine perfumes, or I guess colognes, but it just makes them more like badass to me. I don't know why. Like, I had a friend who like wore men's cologne, and it just like my brain couldn't compute what was going on, but it made me see her more like a boss girl for some reason. Also with fashion, depending on what you wear, it doesn't matter what style it is, as long as it fits you and it's made for you and it looks like it's made for you. I feel like everybody just looks automatically put together. Invest in your wardrobe. Don't just buy all the cheap shit that you see on Shein. Like, I know it's tempting, but in the long haul, you're gonna end up throwing those clothes away, and they don't actually look flattering after a couple washes. Another thing that helps is micro habits and behaviors. So if you were someone who has very bad posture, it may look like you're not as confident. And this is something that I have to consciously do, because I tend to hunch back a little. And as a short person already, to do that, you're minimizing yourself and looking even smaller. So as I was editing that video, I realized I didn't have any closing. This is my first video, so if you've watched it, thank you. And I do want to do more talks like this, because I feel like we're all girls just going through it, and why not go through the journey together? And this is the reality. I'm here in bed, just got ready for bed, and no makeup, no nothing. I want to be able to build a community where I could be comfortable and be myself and share knowledge and etc. So thanks for watching, and I hope you watch my next video.